several city council members, in fact, the city council as a whole voted to earlier this year, about less than 2 months ago, to request an official investigation by JSO and by city attorneys into nuisance complaints here. And I want to bring in News4JAX crime and safety expert Ken Jefferson. Ken, we've literally interviewed you about this establishment before. Matt Carlucci just this morning described this as a breeding ground for crime and loss of life. Is there a problem here?
Yeah, anytime you have alcohol and half-naked women that's dancing and doing various things, it's going to breed a lot of discontent. Alcohol, they're not clearly thinking, and then you've got all of these scantily clad women that's all around everywhere doing things. So, there's drugs coming in, going out. There's possibly prostitution, all types of things that you can associate with this type of place.
At what point does the city need to or have to step in, work with law enforcement to essentially what the council people were asking for was to close this place down? When does that happen?
Well, hopefully with the attention that this club is getting now as a result of this fire and a person's body being found on the inside, hopefully they'll act immediately, simply because neighborhoods didn't want this type of establishments in their neighborhoods, in their communities, because that crime and those different things breed into their areas. So they don't want that to go on in their neighborhood. So the council, as well as law enforcement, has to constantly monitor it. If they can't shut them down, make them move farther out, because you're not going to get rid of them altogether. So if they get out of the community at large, where there's a high population of people, and take them in the outskirts of town, maybe that will help GSO to monitor it, as well as the city council.
And finally, the working theory on the part of management is that this was the result of someone suffering from homelessness, breaking in for shelter last night. How much of a factor does that play in these sort of break-ins?
Well, with the cold weather coming, you're going to probably find a lot of situations like this, because people are seeking refuge to try to get warmth and a place to lay their head down during the night when it's blistering cold. However, that does not excuse the other things, the other factors that happen here, such as the drugs and the prostitution and the various things like that. So we've got to certainly address our homelessness situation, but we also have to address the desecration of this neighborhood as a result of this club.
News4JAX crime and safety expert Ken Jefferson there. An autopsy, JSO says, is scheduled for today. They say that's going to happen this morning. We'll bring you more details as we get them. Reporting live, I'm Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station.